Hey there, it's Jay again with Their Arts. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about trauma and some of the factors or indicators um, that might be a part of PTSD. Um, I don't know if you'd like to go to my website and if you look at my experience and my resume, you'll see quite a bit of experience working with trauma and also working with crisis response to traumas. And I just wanted to go over this PTSD checklist that I found in. It's a government publication from SAMHSA, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. It's called Trauma Informed Care and Behavioral Health. But it's quite a thick book. But I don't know if these are free. I think I picked it up at the Goodwill or something. I'm usually getting books for either just to give to clients or for myself. But I really thought that this might be helpful for some people. And it's called PTSD Checklist. Number 1. And these are all classified as not at all, a little bit, moderately, quite a bit, and extremely. That's 1 through 5. Number 1, not at all. 2, a little bit. 3, moderately. 4, quite a bit. And 5, extremely. So I guess you could say a 1 through 5 based upon level of extremity. I give how extreme it is. Number 1, repeated disturbing memories, thoughts, or images of a stressful experience. Number 2, repeated disturbing dreams of a stressful experience. Number 3, suddenly acting or feeling as if a stressful experiences were happening all over again, as if you were reliving it. Number 4, feeling very upset when something reminded you of a stressful experience. 5, having physical reactions such as heart pounding, trouble breathing, sweating when something reminded you of a stressful experience. Number 6, avoiding thinking about or talking about the stressful experience or avoiding having feelings related to it. Number 7, avoiding activities or situations because they remind you of the stressful experience. Number 8, trouble remembering important parts of a stressful experience. 9, loss of interest in activities that you used to enjoy. Number 10, feeling distant or cut off from other people. 11, feeling emotionally numb or being unable to have loving feelings for those that are close to you. 12, feeling as if your future will somehow be cut short. 13, trouble falling or staying asleep. 14, feeling irritable or having an angry outburst. 15, having difficulty concentrating. 16, being super alert or watchful or on guard. And 17, feeling jumpy or easily startled. One of the things that I would say to you about this list is, even though it's a PTSD screening tool, a lot of times in behavioral health, symptoms overlap with different diagnoses of various disorders. So, for example, loss of interest in things that were formerly you used to enjoy or were pleasurable, that would be something that is always marked on depression. And I would say depression, anxiety, trauma, PTSD, even ADHD has things that factor over. I mean that go back and forth. So realize when you have a diagnosis, all you have is a cluster of symptoms, and most people I think would qualify that are getting behavioral health services or in need of them. would probably qualify for 2 or 3 different diagnoses, and it's almost they call when you have a couple of different ones. A lot of times, substance abuse, they call it a comorbid disorder if it's substance abuse with something else. But anyway, I'm kind of going on a rant here, but so many times clients are so focused on their diagnosis or the name of their disorder, and I would just caution you against that. Just realizing you probably fit in 2 or 3, and if you have a therapist and you feel like he's misdiagnosed you or she's misdiagnosed you or something like that, maybe just have a discussion with them in regards to that, and see the reason why, the information that maybe tipped you over the edge towards depressive disorder versus anxiety disorder. Because a lot of depressed people have a lot of anxiety too, and vice versa. So anyway, just a couple things to think about. If your organization is needing some intervention in regards to trauma, or you'd like some consulting on how to make your workplace a more trauma resilient workplace, then please give me an email. I'd love to discuss this with you and help you come up with some solutions, and maybe even some solutions that hopefully you never have to use. But with the way that things are changing in society and all the violence and just chaos that seems to be more prevalent now, even though I know statistically everyone says things are a lot less prevalent. Regardless, we want to do the best to take care of your coworkers or your employees and your family. So if I could help you guys, please don't hesitate to send me an email. And I guess that's about it. It seemed like there was something else that I was going to talk to you about with PTSD. Well, basically that PTSD and trauma, a lot of times people don't realize that just having a normal grief reaction is traumatic. Losing someone that you love is traumatic. Going through a huge life change is traumatic. Some of the research that I've shown said that, number 1 I think was death, losing someone you loved. Number 2 was divorce, or losing someone you love and breaking off of a relationship. And number 3, which was quite interesting to me, was actually moving. And if I remember correctly, the research said that it didn't even matter how far you moved, that the same amount of stress was prevalent whether you moved 600 miles away and had a new house and everything, or if you just moved 6 blocks away. So just a couple of things to think about with stress and trauma. And if you guys, if that stress test or that stress inventory checklist, whatever you want to call it, if a lot of those ring out to you, I don't even know what it says on how many here. Anyway, I would say, and I'm not sure about this, but I would say if you have on the scoring, doesn't even talk about the scoring. Oh, and it's set up for the past month. I would say if you have more than 4, you probably ought to really consider it. And I would say if you have, you know, somewhere doubling that, like 7 or 8, it's almost a sure thing that you've experienced some PTSD. And I mean, that's nothing. It doesn't talk about exactly how to score this. I mean, there's plenty of other things that you can look at as far as screening tools for PTSD. But anyway, hope this video will be helpful for you guys, and look forward to talking to you again. Thanks for checking out my videos and taking a look at the website. And until next time, you guys have a great day. Thank you.